so give me 1 second. There we go, I don't have to listen to my voice. Hello. Saw some people asking about the music. It was music made for the Eternal Ruins, for the Sleeping Statues by Winnie, and the link to the Twitter should be in the description. They make awesome music. Yeah, let's see, where do we start? I mean, I have some honey water this time. I'm gonna set a 1 hour timer because we're gonna take a break so I don't destroy my voice this time. There we go. And yeah, my goal is to go for 2 hours again, and we'll just see how far we get. I'm a little bit tired today, so I'm just gonna try and take it nice and slow, and we'll have a chill time reading some Wanderers. So let me open it up, and I always get paranoid that things are working properly, so just give me a heads up if something's weird. Alright, let's start with Katerina. She is a master traveler, and there's a question mark in the Spirit Warden box. So possibly a Spirit Warden. Her interests are old technology and books, and her favorite meal is gyros and slash wraps. I think that's a first for the gyros in the ruins. Greatest fear, very small places slash tunnel collapses, claustrophobia. Other notes, hasn't given up hope to find where the light above comes from. I like that. There's always hope. We have this lovely drawing. I like the layering of the headband underneath the hat. The inventory, we have an old cloth bandage from a friendly spirit, old texts, quill and ink, and a relic is Longview, telescope by the looks of it, found in a room inside what looked to be an ancient observatory. How could one exist in here? How indeed. Nice. Pleasure to meet you, Katerina. Next we have Z, or Zed, not sure. He is a master traveler. Bonds are unknown. Interests mostly sleep and sleep. He also likes to sleep. Favorite meal, whatever takes the least time to cook. Greatest fear, insomnia. Other notes, he's sleeping most of the time. That raises the question, how can he still be alive? He chose his name because it doesn't take a lot of time to say. And here he is, sleeping. I like the pattern on this cloak a lot. And it looks very cozy in that scarf too. Inventory, a lantern on a stick. Or a branch, I guess. A bag, a knife, and a bottle, question mark, that diffuses a gas in the air, making it easier to fall asleep. It's a bit too small for me to read, hold on. It's an air diffuser, I see, so you can just give it a puff and drift off into sweet release. Sweet dreams. Whoa. Okay, next we have Zoe. They are another master traveler and a demon keeper. Interests, service to their demon and hoarding relics. Favorite meal, mushrooms, roasted mushrooms. Greatest fear, failing the demon master. Other notes, broken and hopeless to escape their demon master. They still scheme and dream of escape every time they drag a sacrifice for offering. We have this amazing drawing. That mask is terrifying. I like all the sort of wrapping underneath as well, around the arms and legs. So inventory, these two blades. I think that's a bunch of mushrooms for eating later, and a little pouch. And then the relic is this mask with the glowing red eyes. It tracks footsteps. Mask laughs when in use. Oh my. That's absolutely terrifying. Yeah, this was awesome. I like this one. Okay, we have one with quite a lot of text. Hold on. I think that's something I can do so they all show at the same size. Screen. There we go. Okay. This next one is Lucy. And appearance. I was once deathly pale, but now I'm of a healthy, light beige complexion. My hair, it is somewhat silver. It is wavy and often gets in my eyes. I am rather proud of my prominent eyelashes. My body is lithe and muscular from frequent climbing, though my shadowed cloak conceals the upper body. Floral patterns, representing most every red flower I have seen, are embroidered near the hems. They were earned from a short period of spirit servitude, and sewn in by the more dedicated worshippers, but ever upwards. Oh, wait, sorry, did I read something wrong? They were earned from a short period of spirit servitude and sewn in by the more dedicated worshippers, but ever upwards. Shorts are comfy and easy to wear. They'll make me prone to scrapes, and so I wear scavenged greaves. Anything I wear must be dyed or painted black. It is good camouflage, and serves to remind me of the darkness behind me. This includes my robust climbing boots and my pack of necessities. And I never go without my crown. It is my lifeline and comfort, and helps Celia find me should we be separated. So Lucy is somewhere between almost a capable wanderer. And let's see. Interests. All matters botanical and luciferous. I actually don't know that word. Plants and light sources. Whenever I am not occupied with travel or survival, I try to plan food gardens. Favorite meal, salamander stir fry. The little critters go well with sweet root and green onions. Greatest fear. First, it was merely falling and being grievously injured in a dark and unknown place. But the fear of being alone was thrust upon me after a demon encounter. Other notes, glowstones, plants, creatures, light can come from any place and nourish those around it. But where does the grand light come from? I must find it, not its mere prisms. Another follower of the great light above. Inventory, twin hook shots. They never fail me, even on the most unlikely surfaces. I do wish I could find the smith who made them for me again. Celia and I have to take turns, or take one each, which makes for more tedious ascent. A treasure stone? When I emerged, I was in total darkness, but this opalescent gem shone and guided me to the light. I wear it on a chain, close to my chest. Seed archive. Whenever the scant flora of this world bears fruit, I collect them in this array of pouches, refreshing and planting when I can, but we do not often return, for the ascent calls. Relic, Lucifer's crown. I nearly traded my life for this item. It bonds to its wearer, allowing me to control whether it emits light and how intense that light is. The spirit which I obtained this from told a tale of a demon which was once a lofty being defected from its cohort, which revoked its right to wear this crown of light. I know not if such tale is true, but what is true is that I am still wary of snails. Man, that font got hard to read at the end there. But yeah, this was cool, very evocative. Oh, here we go. I've been anticipating having to say this name. I'm gonna give it a go. Lin Nana Inan. Lin Nana Inan. Please tell me if that was right. So he is a master traveler, and his interest is mapping the ruins and finding an exit. Favorite meal: smoked roots cooked with only the greatest of expertise. Greatest fear: heights. Other notes: he is in a state of being cursed, but alive. An old spirit tried to save him in exchange of a relic, but the spirit died in the process. He couldn't or needed to eat anymore. And the curse made him disfigured. That's interesting, having the spirit die midway through the process, I guess because they were too old and weak. This very nice picture. With the map. I like this stylized take. Inventory, brush of infinite ink, a large bag, simple carving tools, relics. He has traded maps for relics for ages. He has mounted quite many. For example, the magic brush. This could be a useful person to meet along the way. Next we have pt or Tai, I'm not sure. He is a capable wanderer and demon keeper, but it says he doesn't know. Interests: assassinations, okay, survival, agility, and crafting. Favorite meal: roast meat. Greatest fear: the unknown. Knows there's some things he can't know, and it terrifies him. Other notes: tricked into doing evil, killing anything that moves, and he thinks he's doing good. Trusts easily, and that green stone is demonic, so I assume that's this green stone around his neck. And like the swords are also made from green material. I wonder if that's somehow related. So yeah, they have the big sword and a smaller dagger, and then these masks. Oh, and I see now that this half mask, he has a little sprite accompanying him who's wearing it, and he also has the small vial of possibly blood. I don't know. And of course, this cursed or demonic green stone as well. Okay, let's see. But yeah, this is very nice. I like the masks especially, and especially the this mask with the sprite is wearing. I think that's great. Okay, next we have Sage. They're a capable wanderer and a spirit warden of Lapis, the spirit of knowledge. Interests: love sampling the food of the ruins and reading the tomes of their patron spirit. I'm getting librarian vibes here. Favorite meal: fried mushrooms with mosses and sweet fruits. Greatest fear: falling from one of the ruins' many great heights as they lost a travel companion. Oh no. Other notes: is surprisingly short, 4'3", a hair turned white due to fear during a demon attack. We have this great drawing. I like the book pattern on the cloak. I think that's great. So they have a short sword, books and scrolls, flint and steel, and the cloak is the relic, a cloak and clasp. The cloak, patterned with bookshelves, allows the wearer to glide and alleviate some of the risk of falling. The clasp is made of lapis lazuli to represent their patron spirit, Lapis. This is very nice. I feel like, I don't know, almost working for it's like a librarian for a spirit would be pretty great, to be honest. Just organizing tomes and reading them. Very nice. So next we have Carcosa. They are a capable wanderer. Interests: climbing, food, and relics. Favorite meal: straight up moss. Just raw, straight up moss. Greatest fear: demons. Other notes: the wrappings writhe as if alive, grabbing onto the surroundings. Ew. I don't know how I feel about that. This great image. I like the color scheme and this sort of eye theme as well, with the third eye on the mask and then the eye motif on the tunic too. Inventory: moss and mushrooms. A torch extinguished, and relic: full body wrappings, grabs onto things, which allows climbing, moves the user's body when asleep. Oh, that's creepy. But that's a very cool relic that they're just wrapped head to toe in this cloth that helps them be super like mobile around the ruins and grabbing onto things, but then is also getting walked around while they sleep. It's very, very creepy, but very cool. Okay, so this next one is Sky, the Eternal Climber, or whatever people call me now. He is a capable wanderer. Bonds is scratched out. Got no time for that. This is a born alone, die alone guy kind of right here. Interests: climbing out of here, and sprites too. This lovely little sprite picture. Favorite meal: mushroom soup. I think mushroom soup might be the spaghetti bolognese of the Eternal Ruins. Like, it seems to be real popular. Greatest fear: there's got to be something else up there, right? Right? Other notes: named myself after my goal so I don't lose sight of where I'm headed. Another follower of the great light above. We have this awesome pictures here. Let me just enjoy this. We've got a little sprite peeking out the bag. I love this mask. Another third eye motif. I love the shape of like the nose and the smile as well. Patched up cloak. Some rope for climbing. Like the staff. And I like the kind of plaster on the nose as well. Like they've been living rough. Inventory, plenty of rope, mask, boo, to ward demons, scraps to stitch up holes, tooth staff thingy. The jaws move to fit around ledges, making climbing up mighty easier. Oh, that's very cool. I like that. It's like a caliper or something. That's very nice. Okay. Hand drawn one. Always love that. And this is also like they've drawn the whole sheet themselves, which is very cool. I like these little motifs around the borders. So this is his show. He is newly awakened. No bonds, interests. Where am I? Let's see. Huh? Cool stick. Favorite meal? Rock soup and tree bark. Greatest fear? Those masked gooey monsters that take people away. Other notes. When I woke up from my statue, there were broken statues by my side. Most of them had bones. It wasn't very pleasant. Oh, that's dark. That's real dark. This nice drawing. I like the symbols on the collar, like shoulder cloak, I guess. Yeah, I'm curious about the shield as well. So yeah, the aforementioned cool stick as the weapon, slightly short sword shaped. Pan lid, nice, and a spoon. That's good. I guess it doubles as like a bowl as well to eat from. Tasty rocks, and no relic yet. I like these sort of beginner wanderers, like they haven't quite acquired stuff yet. I was saying last time that a lot of the master travelers look very strange and I don't know, almost bizarre, kitted out, and all these weird things they've picked up. I feel like the range is like from that and then to these, who are sort of like the naked start. What's it called? Like the wretch in Dark Souls, where you just start with like a loincloth and a club and just have to work your way up from scratch. Yeah, this is very nice. Okay, we have a text one. And a hard name again. Oh man. Tulo Quagan, perhaps? They're a tall and pretty skinny person. Has long black curly hair, but is shorter on the left side due to an encounter with Jeremy the Hedges demon. So sorry. Jeremy is a very, very good name for a demon. They wear an oversized sweater. It isn't easy finding clothes in the eternal ruins, and so you can only see the fingers beyond the sleeves. Their eyes look very tired from sleepless nights of theorizing. They stole their boots from a random statue. Why does the statue need boots anyway? So let's see. They are newly awakened, interests learning about the eternal ruins, theorizing, and books. They will do anything for a book. Guess what that favorite meal is? You know what it is. It's mushroom soup. I need almost like a little mushroom counter in the corner that I can hit every time. The the mushroom meter needs filling up. Greatest fear, other wanderers. Not because the wanderers might attack them, they just have social anxiety. Relatable, I can understand that. Other notes: sometimes they write their theories on the walls instead of their notebooks because they're too excited about the theory. That would be kind of fun to come across. Just mad scrawlings. Sprinkle is also their best friend since the ruins are pretty lonely. They tell it all their theories. I assume that's some kind of pet or perhaps a sprite. Inventory, small dagger, knitting needles, because sometimes you need to do something relaxing after theorizing. A notebook for theories, a few books, a bottled sprite they named Sprinkle to prove their theories. Sounds a lot like sprite experimentation. Is this sprite willing? Do they enjoy their life in this bottle? Relic, none yet. Okay. I like this. I like the idea of someone just theorizing all the time and also having questionable best friendship with a bottled sprite. Okay, next one is Fun. He is newly awakened. Bonds is scrolled out, and then in turn we have Friends with a new category, Sprites, which is ticked with an adorable little sprite guy right here. Love that. Interests: exploring, interacting with others on the rare chance he comes across them, playing with sprites. Favorite meal: roasted vegetables. I like when people are drawing the food, as always. Greatest fear: that any sprites or doolets ever get harmed. Nice, my man. Other notes: he is very carefree and friendly and has absolutely no sense of self-preservation or fear, only wonder. Against all logic, this seems to actually decrease the effect demons have on them, unless they are sprites or duelets that could get hurt nearby. There are sprites or duelets that could get hurt nearby. That's pretty great. Just being so like good natured that demons just have less effect on you because you're too wholesome. What if the secret was just being positive all along? We have some nice sprites surrounding Fun here. Curious about this flute as well. So the poncho, they found it soon after awakening. It seems unnaturally waterproof for a fabric. A bamboo flute. He was led to it by some sprites. They love playing and dancing to his music. Satchel. This is used to store any other useful items he comes across in his travels. And the relic is a locket. This locket was given to them by a great spirit in return for assisting one of its wardens on a task when encountering a demon. They don't know what the locket does, but the only words given with it were that he would need it in a time of great need. Very nice. I like the colors too. This is very much a sprite-themed wanderer. Okay, we have another hand-drawn one. I see some difficult handwriting, but I'll try my best. So, no name. She is a capable wanderer. Bond, a spirit warden. Interest: finding the top of the ruins and duelets. Another chaser of the top. Should be a club. Favorite meal: giant beetle or great beetle. I'm not sure. Greatest fear: losing bit or biff. I'm not sure. The spirit they carry. Other notes: keeps Dulets in hood, has a spirit in sword handle. This hand drawn picture here. I have the spirit sword, night eye over one eye, Dulets in the hood, and a cloak. I like this kind of action pose as well. Spirit and sword. Spirit and sword handle, and the spirit turns into a sword when needed. I like that. So it's not always available. Cloak with 3 Dulets in the hood. Nice. I wonder what happens if you put the hood on. I don't know why that's my first thought. If they just sit on your head. Okay. A ring of slow falling. A relic. An eye that can see in the dark, but can see in the dark, but can only see in the dark. Okay, so it's kind of useless in light. That's cool. And it's curious that that's a relic as well. I wonder if that was like something they found and had to place in their eye, or if it fits on top. But yeah, very mysterious, unnamed wanderer. Okay, I'm gonna take a guess at this name. Mokhun? Mok. I don't know how the KHC is supposed to sound. Mokhun, I'm gonna guess. He is a capable wanderer and Bond's spirit warden. Interests: collecting clothes, harvesting food. Favorite meal: moss with herbs. Greatest fear: starving to death. Other notes: likes to camp at one place for longer. Bowl cut. Here we can see the bowl cut. Like they're kind of faint, but there's like patterns on the clothing, which I like as well. Inventory: cloak, bowl and stone. Some for making food, it says. Pouch for mushrooms. Another mushroom lover. Relic: ancient sickle gifted by a spirit. Points towards edible shrooms / moss. Okay. Next we have Yompu. He is a capable wanderer. Bonds none. Too scared. Interests: staying safe. Sculpting with clay. We have a couple of his clay creations there as well. Favorite meal: anything other than moss. Not a moss lover. Greatest fear: losing his tent. Other notes: only leaves tent to forage. Too scared to explore. Kinda likes Dulets, but they somehow disappear in the tent. Just imagining trying to like shepherd them into the tent, and then as soon as they get there, they just poof. It's great. Picture Yompu too afraid to leave the tent, and some Dulets just kind of sludging around outside. Inventory: big green banner, old and weathered. Uses: cape, foraging as a basket, and also a blanket. Relic: tent of flowing water. Can't be moved. Protects its insides. Teleports to a random location when closed from inside. Always appears by water. That's nice. I like the consistency there of if it's by the water, there'll always be kind of sprites around, sprites and Dulets that Yompu can try and coax into the tent. This is great. I feel like this would probably, in reality, just be me if I was somewhere like the Eternal Ruins. Next, we have Watchdog Zane. He is a master traveler and a demon keeper. These cool little patterns in the circles too. Interests: hunting other demon keepers and delving deep into forsaken depths. Favorite meal: boiled cricket stew and cotton dew nectar. Greatest fear: giving up. I just want to say cotton dew nectar sounds. I don't know what it is, but I want it. Sounds soothing. There's a quote: "There are no weak demons. Even mighty dragons have fallen to the subtle build-up of poisons." A quote by Great Spirit Mugi. This is much more on the Dark Souls end of the spectrum. This tortured-looking wanderer with this absolutely massive weapon, blindfolds, some weird corruption coming out from the eyes, horns, and then this weird faceless horned thing on his shoulder as well. Inventory. I like how it's just obscuring like the character sheet as well. It's cool. Inventory: shadow seal blindfold, torn flint thread cloak, staunch moss, relic, hammer of the abyss. Unfortunate souls who use this cruel relic eventually succumb to the weight of its sins. Ooh, cool. Zane doesn't look like he's doing so good. Alright, nice. We got another traditional one here. Something a bit different. Wolfram. He is somewhere between a capable and a master traveler. Capable wanderer and a master traveler. Spirit warden with a nice duelet slapped on there. Obviously this is fun with like the printouts, like cutouts breaking out of the frame in the sheet. Interests: nature filled areas, searching for the meaning of existence. Favorite meal: beef and veggie stew, chicken legs. Greatest fear: being trapped. That's again, that's like a common fear, it seems, among wanderers, getting stuck or trapped somewhere. Some say he grew the beard, others say he came out of the statue with it. Nice. I'll allow that. It's cool. It's an awesome picture. I don't even know what's going on here, but it's great. Just bursting out. I feel like it's sort of like movie poster style of like symbolic, you know. So we have very cool sword. I'm gonna guess that's a ring, maybe. I'm trying to look on the character. Apologies, I'm not totally sure what the middle one is. Another bottled duelet. Why is everyone bottling them? Don't bottle the duelets. Relic, pendant of rage. Use it sparingly, lest you become a beast of rage. I like that. It sort of looks like the Bayonet from Berserk, but cute somehow. Very nice. But he deserves to be locked up for bottling up the duelets. Name: Ulo or Yulo. Word of utterance, it says in brackets. They are on their way to becoming a capable wanderer, but apparently still a noob. Bonds, none for now. Interests, climbing tall things, graffiti, making up stories, and foraging. And then crossed out, pretending they're not lonely. Oh. Favorite meal, bread with garlic. What does that say? Confit and apple. And greatest fear, dying without impacting anyone or anything. Jeez. Other names. Other notes. Their name is the first thing they ever read. Okay, cool. So appearance. I like this. Like beige tunic with this minimalist little squiggle pattern. I love a gourd, and I love a giant gourd, so I'm very, very down for this. Inventory, the hoarding tendency trademark. Sickle sword, good for grabbing or hooking. Medicine pouch, it has snacks, good. I wonder how much medicine's in there, like the snack medicine ratio. Relic, weightless gourd, weighs the same regardless of what's put in it. Practically indestructible. Um, why they can hoard so much, I see. So it's just filled with stuff. But that's great. I love like I said, a giant gourd is awesome, but the fact that it's weightless and indestructible is even better. I'm just imagining like turning it upside down and just stuff coming out, because I know you guys love hoarding the trinkets, so can't imagine how many trinkets you can fit in that gourd. Okay, we have next Yui, and they're a capable wanderer. Interests is crossed out, and it says obsessions, plants, their uses, and so on. No favorite meal, greatest fear, falling to despair. No appearance, so we'll have to imagine what they could look like. Inventory, living. Oh, this is very small. Let me. Inventory, living bag, otherwise known as a vine pouch. It's a hollow bundle of various vines and mosses with a symbiotic nature. Not many wanderers use it due to it requiring frequent cutting back along with extra water needed, despite its strange quirk of keeping other plants in it alive and fresh for long periods of time. That's interesting. I feel like kind of like a little bit weird, but in a good way. Like the fact that it's sort of alive. You know how like yeast is kind of creepy. I feel like symbiotic relationships of things like plants and stuff is weird but cool. So in the bag, various herbs, berries, seeds, fruits, plants, stones, and sticks. 3 eggs, water flask, and bottle, a lighter, 2 notebooks, blood ink pen. You know what this is, don't ask. And a DIY water purifier. Let's see, and they have a seaweed necklace, a small necklace using thin yet absurdly tough seaweed as a string, with a cracked pearl on it that looks like it's seen better days. The necklace itself grants its wearer the ability to breathe underwater, along with improved pressure resistance, eyesight, and agility, but only while the wearer is underwater, except for a lessened amount when simply wet or damp. Like, why would you need to breathe? underwater when you're just slightly damp, but it does it anyway. That's great. That's cool. I like the sort of um, the plant theme of his wanderer, their obsession with plants. Sorry, just grabbing a drink. So the next wanderer is Ushu. She is somewhere between a capable wanderer and a master traveler. Bonds, none. Scratched out. Screw that. Interests, explosives and demon keepers. Cool, cool, cool. Favorite meal, centipede and corn stew and blue fruit. I feel like blue fruit is somewhat mysterious. But centipede and corn stew sounds as like a new one I don't think we've seen. Greatest fear, losing companions and succumbing to a demon. And jellyfish. First jellyfish mention. Other notes, after losing her two companions to a demon and its keepers, Ushu has vowed to slay all demon keepers. Also a very bad swimmer. Where does she keep getting those red strips of cloth? That's a good question. But I mean, they look cool, so cool. But where are all these scraps of cloth coming from? This awesome image, very much a red theme. I feel like that almost looks like a kind of a burn mark over the eye as well. So, inventory, homemade grenades, a keeper's mask from the keeper that took her companions, explosive spear, optional explosives. The spear somehow always survives. I like that. A relic, the fur cloak that she's wearing, which protects the wearer from any explosives. That is very good to have if you're going to be blowing stuff up as much as she is. This is very cool. Very like punk feeling wanderer. Okay, next we have Nico the Gardener. He is a capable wanderer and a spirit warden. Is like the complete opposite of the last one. um, he is a spirit warden. Interests, landscaping and farming. Favorite meal, sweet potato. Greatest fear, darkness. Other notes likes water spirits. This very nice picture of the bucket and the trowel. I like the hair and the robe a lot as well. Inventory, a trowel, a bucket of water, and a spade. And a relic is this interesting turtle shell that has no explanation with it. I'm curious about, like, my first thought was what the size of that thing is and its origin, but I like the mystery. Next we have Magpie. He is newly awakened. Interest, collecting, not stealing. It's suspicious in like a thing to say. Puzzles, chatting with travelers. Favorite meal, fried brown caps with crunchy bits. Greatest fear, being shunned. Other notes, heavily colorblind, which explains some questionable fashion choices. And here we have said questionable fashion choices. I like this. Inventory, glass flask, a green iron dagger, and a backpack. Relic, recording top. It's just vinyl. This strange device can be placed on your finger and spun two ways. Clockwise, plays any previously recorded sound up to 45 minutes. Counterclockwise, erases and overdubs any particularly recorded sound up to 45 minutes of recording. Made of some hard tar-like material. I like that. First vinyl in the ruins. Okay, we have another hard to pronounce name. I feel like showing how much I haven't actually learned our own conlang in my pronunciation of stuff in Upana, but um, yeah, hopefully one day I'll have the time to properly sit. I keep saying like when it's done, I'll learn it for real. I'm just gonna guess tu tagu, which means not much talker. Count yourself lucky if he tells you his name. Pronouns he, him, though you might not be able to tell because you're not going to see him. Experience capable wanderer. Bonds none. Interests observing the ruins, watching for signs of other wanderers. He's part of the Silver Circle, even though he has never met another member in person. And hiding from others. The real watcher. Favorite meal, anything sweet. Greatest fear, trusting others. Other notes, just after his awakening, he encountered a keeper who led him straight to his master. Only through sheer luck he escaped before being brought to despair. He has had trouble trusting ever since. He still gets occasional nightmares with the demon stalking him. This great picture, peeking beyond this wall. He's hiding from you. Inventory, Dewlet's lantern, which always shines, can be turned off by placing a lid on it. I don't even need to say these bottled up Dewlets. I mean, they're probably fine with it, maybe. A knife, a small amount of water and food, as well as other items necessary for for survival in the wild. Relic, a grey and green cape, helping him to hide on mossy stones. It may or may not magically enhance his uncanny ability to hide. There is, however, no question that it keeps him warm. He acquired it from Artax, who I think was an earlier submission, if I remember right, in exchange for some records about the ruins that Chutagu wrote. It also serves as a reminder of his meeting with Artax. I feel like the break's coming soon. 7 minutes. That'll be good. Okay, next one is Ioku and Oben, which means newt and toad. He is a capable wanderer, no bonds, and interests Newt's interests are catching bugs, writing stories, and belts, and Toad's interests are making potions, tea, and knitting. Favorite meal, Newt, escargot, chia seeds, and jalapeno poppers. Toad, bugs. Greatest fear, losing each other, and centipedes. Other notes, these two are part of the Fable Finders, a group of wanderers looking for stories. We have this awesome little drawing. Like, the wizard hat, little face poking out. The net for catching bugs as well. I'm like not quite sure what Toad is, but it's like or I mean, Toad seems to be a giant teapot. Um, I don't know if that's going to be clarified anywhere, but I'll keep reading. Inventory: bamboo net, belts, jars, boots, hood, bead jewelry, and lots of bugs. Uh, yarn, potions. This is for a new Toad, I think. Yarn, potions, tea leaves, mask of fools. And the relic, so the relic is the wizard's hat. Then the mask of fools. I'm guessing that um, Toad is wearing the mask of fools. I mean, it's interesting with these ones that don't have any explanation because it like sparks my imagination a lot of what they mean. Yeah, I like this a lot, but yeah, I'm very curious what Toad actually is, but I can't tell if it's a wanderer wearing a giant teapot or an actual like teapot person. Toad is cursed to be in the teapot, apparently. My goodness. I mean, there are worse curses though. I mean, sounds bad, but also not that bad, you know. Okay, next we have Ponwin, aka Pon Pon. I feel like, if I remember right, there's been like a mention of Pon Pon earlier on another character sheet. Is it Pon Pon or Pom Pom? I don't know if someone in chat can clarify. I'm gonna say Pom Pom since they okay, yeah, cool. I think it's just the way the M's run. So Pom Pom experience. So we have capable, master, and then ruin voict. I don't know what that means. I'm sorry. I'm feeling like my brain's getting too slow to decipher these. Bonds, spirit warden. Ruin voyant. It's like their own class. I see. Voyant. Interest: shiny things, interacting with wanderers. Likes most Lilypad, Murmur, Beppy, and Senu. Which I guess are some other wanderers out there. Favorite meal: ruined pizza and crabs. Always love it when people draw the food. Greatest fear: losing Peep or Beppy. Oh no, little sad face there. So he has a bulky build, loves to eat rocks, and has a sixth sense, and is a thief. The awesome drawing here, like this sort of like forearm shield. It's very cool. Inventory: makeshift axe, kelp, and fruit skins. Got some of it's already in his mouth. The ancient shield on the arm and a sewing kit. Nice. I like this top illustration as well. I think it's very cool. People are like making this interconnectedness between their wanderers and others. It's like it's very cool. Someone says, "Hey Sam, sometimes your sound goes a bit bad." Is anyone else hearing that too? It might be something with my sound settings. Let me just check. lower the sound suppression. That's probably it. If it sounds like I go a bit quiet, then come in. It's the sound suppression. People are saying it's break time. Yeah, you beat my alarm by 30 seconds. So yeah, I'm gonna go and take a break. I'll probably be around 5 minutes. I'll grab a drink, rest my voice, and then I will be back. So the sound should be better now. I think it's the noise removal being a bit too eager. Why is everyone just writing moss in the chat? Oh no, everyone's just writing mushrooms too. What happened? Chat's having a meltdown. Okay, let's jump back into it. I got some tea. Caught my breath. People got really hyped for moss. It's understandable. I can get into that. Okay, so where were we? Yeah, we just finished with Pom Pom. I really like this one. Like I said, I like when people draw all over the character sheet as well. Does anyone know how many, like what number are we on now? I don't even know anymore. I'm just still going. So the next one is Gamut. He is a capable wanderer, and his interests are creating small farms for future wanderers. Interests carving wooden figurines and making music. Favorite meal, spiced nuts and matcha tea. Greatest fear, being forgotten. We have here this very nice picture with the this is a very cool, I wouldn't call it a helmet, I guess a hat. I like the squiggly line on it a lot, and this whole very cool outfit as well. And I'm curious about this. I guess we're gonna learn about the rock with the eye. Inventory. This flute. It looks handmade to me. It's dagger again, a very nice looking. Like it looks like a carved sheath. Nice mug of this matcha tea. And the relic is fulcrum. Its eye always points forward. That's cool. It's giving me like a Pokemon fight, like the weird Pokemon, you know, where you're like, is it actually like sentient or does it just feel that way? Okay, we have another text one. All right, drink some more tea. So this next one is Sorn. Midway to being a master traveler, but still a capable wanderer right now. Interests, weapons, and cooking. Favorite meal, stew. Greatest fear, dying alone. Other notes, his wife became a demon keeper against her will. Appearance, 5'9" with black hair that falls to his shoulders, green eyes. He wears simple clothes of cotton, a silk sash tied around his waist, a short sword sheathed on his left hip, his skin pale. He wears a large backpack stuffed with things, a bedroll tied to the bottom. Soft leather boots adorn his feet. There is a large scar on his right forearm. He wears a grey scarf, a white grid pattern on it. His features are angular and sharp. Inventory, backpack, short sword, a lantern, relic, dragon cloth, takes the form of a white scarf when not in use, but when used envelops the user a steel, hard, skin-tight armor, looking like the scarf itself. Does not impede mobility and can store heat from flames, then release, setting the cloth aflame. Flames do not damage the user. That's interesting. I like the idea of it being a scarf that then wraps around, kind of like the wraps from earlier. It's very cool. And yeah, the vague, like just the one sentence backstory is very heartbreaking with this one too. Name for the next one: Lem. He is a capable wanderer. Interests: exploring, eating, sleeping, playing with friends. Favorite meal: strawberries and apples. Greatest fear: demon. I like how this symbol is sort of becoming like a demon symbol. We have some markings that I cannot decipher in the other notes. The Wanderer's appearance here. I like this sort of like use of motifs from um, things I've drawn and then other new things mixed in. It's very cool to see. Like and recognize like the tip of the spear, but then things like the knee pads feel very like fresh and new. It's quite strange to see, but it's very cool. And friends, two little sprites here. Inventory, it's very nice looking lantern, amulet, which I also recognize, uh, and friend collar, which is has the motif of a sprite, which is very cool. That it could maybe summon some friends, and a cool spear, which is very cool looking. Is that Greg? Okay, we have Greg. He is a capable wanderer and a spirit warden. His interests are frogs and facts. Favorite meal: sweets and warm foods. Apologies. Greatest fear: none. Other notes: oblivious. And here we have Greg with his teapot hat, satchel, and frog, known as Benjamin Franklin. And sweet foods and relic: rock with a face on it. I love Greg, so yeah, Greg can be a wanderer. Why not? I feel like if anyone could just somehow transport themselves in and survive, it would be Greg. How would one source potatoes and molasses in the ruins? Indeed. Okay, next one is Griffa. And he is a capable wanderer and a spirit warden. Interests: drawing in mud and traveling with others. Favorite meal: fruit, but can't eat anymore. Sad face. Greatest fear: can't undo the curse. Other notes: was turned into a strange creature by a curse. Oh no. I feel like that's like a theme I find very fascinating. Like I think in like Witch Hat Talia there was a storyline like that as well. It's like very very sad. And inventory is empty except, what does this say? Ancient beak, I think it says. Please correct me if that's wrong. It's a bit hard to read. But yeah, this is cool. I like the sort of anklets, I guess, or bracelets. I'm not sure what they would be called in this situation, but they're very nice. And the name sort of in the piece there as well. Ooh, is that origami? Wow. Okay, we have Imoki. He is a master traveler and a wanderer. Interests: Imoki seems to love patterns. I'm gonna need more tea for this. He can often be found scraping intricate designs on the walls and floors of the Eternal Ruins. Not even Imoki knows why they do this. It's almost as if his hands remember something his mind has long since forgotten. Favorite meal: Imoki loves anything sweet, even the smallest morsel. He can almost sense if you have something sweet on your person. He won't take your sweets forcefully, however. Instead, he will offer you a trade, something sweet, for one pure white sheet. Greatest fear: Imoki doesn't seem to fear much, being immune to most bodily harm thanks to their relic. That being said, due to the fact most of Imoki's belongings are paper, he tries to avoid large water sources as well as open flames. Other notes: Imoki is a very peculiar wanderer. He wanders the halls alone. He makes paper and he trades the paper for sweets. Some may find his daily life to be boring, but others find the predictability of his routine to be comforting in a way. He is a reliable constant. Even in a world filled with uncertainty, Imoki will always be wandering the halls, and he will trade you paper for sweets. Very nice. So we have this absolutely amazing origami appearance here, holding a sheet of paper, and then drawings of the pieces as well. So we have the horned helmet, the folded cloak, and pure paper sheets. Relic: fluid skin. Imoki possesses an extremely powerful relic named Fluid Skin. Upon saying a special command phrase, the fluid engulfs the body in a flexible glass-like skin. The skin is incredibly durable and allows the wearer to become nigh impervious to harm. The downside is that the fluid skin is entirely indifferent and will jump owners to whoever is the most recent to say the command phrase. In times long past, the command phrase was once well known, but now not even Imoki remembers it. Nice. It almost feels a bit like, sorry, I should stop being like, oh, it reminds me of this, because no one really likes that, but it feels like a little bit like the symbiote suit. I like that. And I feel like it fits with this sort of like paper and ink theme as well. Okay, next we have Afia. He is a capable wanderer. We have this awesome pixel art sheet. I should almost zoom out a little bit to make it easier to take in. So, capable wanderer, a demon with this very cool symbol above it, and interests: weaving and cooking. Favorite meal: braised mushroom stew. I feel like it is braised mushroom stew. Could that be a mushroom soup? Almost. Greatest fear: finding other wanderers. Other notes: forced to kill or capture wanderers for the demon. Oh no. So we have this awesome art here. Like the reoccurrence of this demonic symbol behind the character as well. Really cool. Inventory, some very nice looking mushrooms for the stew. A pendant, which we can see on the neck. Oh no. I was liking this one a lot, but then you show me this. You show me a bottled up Sprite. Oh my god, no. I feel like, but it fits with the Demon Keeper lifestyle, I think. And then relic regeneration stuff. I feel like that it's like very evocative. I like this one a lot. Okay, next we have Shrum the Mute. He's a capable wanderer. Interests crafting, traveling more at nighttime. Favorite meal, anything with mushrooms. I guess that includes mushroom soup. Greatest fear, having regrets at the end of everything. Other notes, had a voice before, but was lost due to reasons he doesn't want to talk about. Mysterious. This very nice art. I like this hat. It's something about the shadiness around the eyes mixed with the fact that they prefer to travel at nighttime feels like like a very night owl type character. And also note this sort of like bandaging covering the arms, but also all of the hands as well, which makes me wonder if it was related to this incident where they lost their voice. So we have this very nice orange poncho, a dagger, a book for communication, since he can't speak, and a weird rock thing, has no idea what it is. Some strange 20-sided rock. Next one is Labor. He is newly awakened. Interests, sounds. Labor has sorry if the pronunciation of this is wrong. I'm actually not sure. Labor has to explore the ruins in search of the endless sounds that echo in its silence, and to understand how sounds, words, songs, and names affect the place. Favorite meal so far, boiled lichen. Lyson? I feel like now that I have to read stuff, I'm like, how do you even say words? Greatest fear, the endless pit that seems to pop up every few days of wandering. Oh no, what? Is it the same one or just lots of endless pits? Other notes, his name is what he got to understand from the words a being said shortly after he awoke. He never saw or heard it again. He often talks nonsense in his sleep. Lichen. Thank you. It's a cool model made with Hero Forge, which I can respect that, as long as there's some creativity involved, I can get down with it. I like the sort of muddy feet, walking barefoot. And I like the scarf as well. Inventory basics, a walking stick, clothes, some of which he found, no need to ask where, gear, a leather pouch, a single bracer, some ropes, weapons, an obsidian knife, and no relic. Next we have Carlo, which I believe is made by our resident language forger. They are a capable wanderer, interests fibrous materials and ancient inscriptions. Favorite meal, hearty stew. Greatest fear, starvation. Other notes, acts aloof but prefers to be around others. We have this wonderful drawing. I like the nose ring, I think that is. And also the sort of big what is that called? When you have the part on the outside of the trousers like that. Inventory, thread and needle, flint tipped spear, vessel of smolders, relic, warding amulet. Nice. This is great. I like the little knots on the amulet, like a string as well. I'm like curious about the vessel of smolders as well, since they're wielding it. Oh yeah, chaps. That's what I meant. Yeah. This, the the spectrum of either like cozy core or just the most existential Dark Souls like submissions is amazing. This one is called The Sufferer. He is a capable wanderer, interests stories, demons, and being contrarian. Favorite meal, moss tea with beetle, mushroom, and earthworm stew. That sounds. It's like a. It's a variation on the usual mushroom stew. Greatest fear, self deception. Other notes, believes life is suffering and that's okay. Thanks to Fion for the portrait. Ongoing serial fanfic and fan projects. So be sure to check that out. We have this great image here of this very, very moody looking wanderer. Inventory, white stone of a fallen friend on a necklace, a walking stick to support my lame leg, and a supply satchel. Relic, non, for long. I trade what I find. Okay, so any relic that he comes across, he will trade. And yes, Pig, I have taken a break, don't worry. Okay, we have CV Yapun. He is newly awakened on his way to becoming a capable wanderer. And interests snakes, hunting, making friends, cooking with meat, and exploring. Favorite meal, string vines. We have a little star there. But I don't see where that's supposed to go to. Belly meat and bone broth soup. Greatest fear, being alone and the dark. And other notes, CV has nonverbal autism and can see in thermal vision like some snakes. That's cool. We have this awesome picture here with this prosthetic arm that looks like a claw. I like that. All the strange like shapes as well. The eyes as well have that snake-like feeling. Actually, this is like a very snake-themed wanderer. So the Snake King's mark they have as a necklace, I suppose. Cloak and scarf. Again, snakeskin cloak. A knife. and relics, the prosthetic arm, and the Snake King's spear. It definitely makes me wonder if they lost the hand trying to get the spear from this Snake King. This is cool. I love a good theme, you know. Next one is Aya. She is a capable wanderer. Interests studying the demons of the ruins, which often leads to danger. So favorite meal is crossed out. Favorite food, fruit. So I'm guessing she doesn't really cook. Greatest fear, not being remembered. Other notes. Found corpse of former demon keeper and took its items gifted by the demon. Nice. I mean, that's a good way to get some stuff without having to sign up yourself, you know. So we have these very nice drawings, a front and back view. This is like a very comfy looking fit, which I like. The pants especially look very comfortable. I like this. Inventory, spider necklace, and a book with the spider on the front as well. I assume these are like some of the items gifted to the keeper whose corpse they looted. Their backpack. I like these little like I don't know if it's like a little charm or something on the end. And a sword. Or a dagger, maybe. Sword dagger. This is cool. I like the art in the top right there as well. Okay, next we have Andel. They are a master traveler and a demon keeper. Interests collecting relics. Reaching that last 30 minutes. Need to get the tea down. Interests collecting relics and reaping a demon's carapace. Favorite meal, warm mossberry bread with grounded seed and oatmeal. Oh, I need mossberry bread right now. Greatest fear, failing to, and then it's just like a large ink blot just scrolled out. So I guess we'll never know. Other notes, no one is sure if they exist. Often regarded as a myth by venerable wanderers, they are known as Andel the Unfortunate. Tales say they are still sane despite being bound to a demon. A quote, I heard they're known as Andel the Willful by roaming demons and demon keepers. And then a note at the bottom of the page, trust in them, they guided me out of a demon's lair. Pray for the pale glow in the dark. We have this very cool looking wanderer here. Again, like I said, these more master traveler ones who are, I mean, this one's like almost a mythical figure you hear stories about. It looks very otherworldly. So we have Shown Rag Cloak, said to break short falls, an ancient dagger, wax wrapped cheese, a relic, Mask of Lophius. Legend says it was the head of the depth-dwelling demon. Its cold light can reveal any path in the depths of the eternal ruins. So I guess if you were truly lost and then this one came along, you would see that pale light glowing And I feel like their motives are ambiguous, whether they would help you or not. I feel like this sheet's been tampered with. I'm not sure I can trust its advice. Someone asking if we'll do a part 3. So these parts are just me going through the submissions from this one challenge. We're going to be doing future challenges, but the separate parts are going through submissions for just one challenge. This next one is Yan. They are a capable wanderer. Wow. Like everything is covered in art in this. Cool. Yeah, I don't even know how to describe this. Jan, like sliding along a rope above the ruins. This is crazy. Interests. I gotta zoom in on this one because it's so nice. Interests: weaving, map making, and tightrope. Favorite meal: grilled trap bug with lemons, capers, and jarred cheese sauce. I feel like I guess jar cheese is a reference. Someone asked if there was milk, and I said that there is these sort of ancient jars of preserved food that are kind of like a mystery box of food that wanderers can attempt to eat. I think everyone pretty much decided that any milk would have turned to cheese, so cheese is canon, I guess. This looks delicious. Wow. Greatest fear: being stuck in one place and giant bird demons. Other notes: awakened in a labyrinthine part of the ruins, carefree and thrill-seeking. They spend their days exploring, happy to help out fellow wanderers. We have this beautiful art here. I like so the inventory clip, which is the hair clip, and I guess was also the symbol used on the experience chart. A map with almost looks like a leather strap held in with pins. Some very chunky boots, and I love some big chunky shoes. And relic, distaff, and spindle. Wow. So okay, so that's what they're the sliding along with the staff. Cool. Yeah, this is insane. Jesus. I like the really big jacket as a cloak as well. Okay, next we have Tungugi, or I don't actually know how you say the G's. I'm so sorry. But it translates to pebble. She is a capable wanderer and interests pottery, making and studying, collecting fabric scraps to sew on her pants, which we can see there is covered in fabric scraps. Favorite meal: fern and mushroom salad. I don't think we've had many salads so far, but I'm glad to know someone is choosing the healthy option over all these stodgy stews and soups. I mean, mushroom soup's probably pretty healthy, right? Right? Greatest fear: losing her sense of purpose. Other notes: uses her trowel to collect clay and as a weapon. almost always has dried clay on our hands. So here we can see, just gotta say pebble because I don't fancy embarrassing myself more. See, they have the dried clay on their hands, patched up pants. Very nice. And we have the trowel, that's a weapon and for collecting clay. Bird bone needle for doing the patches. And half finished pottery. And I like that there's like a mug that's sort of looped into the satchel like a creation. Relic, circlet of the weeping spirit, gives the wearer the ability to sense paths that lead to water. Now that is useful. This is nice. I like the patterns on the circlet as well. So next we have pt, or I'm gonna go with pt. Master traveler, interests exploring and spirits. Favorite meal, mushroom and moss pie. We haven't had many pies. I think there was a quiche. But we don't have many pie eaters in the ruins. Greatest fear, bodies of water. Other notes, lost a shoe running from a demon, which we can see over here on their appearance. That would bug me. If my sock got wet, I don't know what I would do. So they have this club with a round iron ball on the end, a pipe, the pack, and the relic, a stone face of warding, which they have strapped to their chest, and smoking a cigar as well. I don't think there's been many smokers so far either. I thought more people would have like a pipe or something. Okay, so next one, name, Face Finder. It is a capable wanderer. Its interests are faces, physical contact, and pottery. Its favorite meal is raw meat, and greatest fear, eye contact. The face finder is never seen wearing the same mask. Its wish, perhaps? And so we see it here, adorned with masks. Very creepy. Inventory, a strange flute, a stone eye pendant, needles, and what is this? Sprite's visage. I assume that's a mask. I wonder what it does. This one's very, very like mysterious and interesting. I like it. Like I said, definitely on the realm of like the otherworldly wanderers out there. Okay. Mesm? I think that's an M on the end. They are a master traveler. Again, another nice little symbol. And interests, trading relics, and documenting relics. Favorite meal, tomb root stew. Greatest fear, killing another wanderer. Other notes, to understand the relics, I guess is their goal. Tomb root. I like that. I have this awesome art here, his face peeking out. I like the one yellow eye and this big puffy hat with the patches on it, and it's got moss growing on it as well. Oh, and the cloak has moss on it too. Or is the cloak made of moss? I don't know. Let's see. Does that say Hair's God? And which is the large hat thing, cloak and pendant, and waldron pot, and the Valded watch is the relic, which looks very creepy with some goop coming out of it. This is cool. I mean, I like the ones, I think. It seems to raise some questions. It's a shop he carries. Oh, wow. That's cool. A portable shop. This is great. So this next one is Kavapu. He is newly awakened and a demon keeper. Interests serving Giti and escaping the ruins and brawling god servitors. Okay. My voice is cutting out. Oh no. Let me check the settings again. Yeah, I'm not really sure why that's happening. I think I'm speaking a bit quieter than usual. How about now? Maybe? I don't know. I shouldn't mess with them too much. Okay. I feel like sound settings are not my strength. I just make lore, okay? Alright, so interests serving Giti, escaping the ruins, and brawling god servitors. Favorite meal, roasted frog with herbs. Reminds him of Tiapi, his traveling companion in a brief period before Giti bonded him. Greatest fear, having to hunt down Tiapi for Giti. Other notes: Kvepu sometimes flies into a rage and starts destroying parts of the ruins. He typically uses brute force when capturing a wanderer. Giti mostly hibernates. What does that say? Sorry. Leaving Kvepu to do as he wishes. I mean, it doesn't sound like a bad deal. So Giti is a lesser demon, used relics to lure wanderers close. And we see this design here. This is cool. Like the strange patterns on the arms and legs. And these like weird glowing around the hands as well. And the demon marking on the hand too is a nice touch. Inventory doesn't carry much. So they have a jumpsuit. Sturdy fabric seems fireproof. Relic, plate of possession, can be inhabited by a lesser spirit or demon. Demons can also sporadically control the wearer. When it's inhabited, the wearer is stronger. That's cool. How is this guy newly awakened? He's got all this stuff. I feel like he's super powerful. Next we have Asa. He's a capable wanderer. Interests: heals all whom are in need. Researches botany of the ruins. Favorite meal, mango and honey. Greatest fear, others' death. Other notes, befriends and heals all travelers who come his way. I'm going into the handwriting here. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we'll see. But anyway, it's lovely art. I love this. Overall, with a pocket with some perhaps potions inside, some medicines. So, lilac elixir partly restores one's soul. Oh no. I see 5 weeks to create. Okay. Still partly restores one's soul. Something, 5 weeks to create. The hearts of roses increases speed of healing to cuts and scrapes. The something goo of a servitor, the live goo of a servitor can reattach small limbs or something cuts, small cuts maybe, I don't know. Has side effects, I can imagine. Relic, the eye of Ovla. I need to make a rule for the next contest. No, like people have to type. People have to type in legible font. This is too hard. Okay, so it was a gift from a spirit he healed from near death. It was the eye of dead brother and can restart Asa's heart, but only once. I'm sorry, this was a struggle for me with the handwriting, but I like this character a lot. I feel like there's a lot of, especially the live goo of a servitor that can be used to reattach limbs or close cuts is very interesting. Sam deciphering scrolls he found in the ruins. Yeah, this is like live torture session of me, like trying to figure out these scrolls I found. Okay, I think we're on the last 5 minutes for today, so let's see how many we can get done. Inkwell, the map maker. She is a master traveler. Interests exploring and mapping the ruins, and using her maps to help others. Favorite meal, prefers hard foods over meals that could ruin her paper if spilled. It's reasonable. Greatest fear, that she will give up, fail to complete, or lose the eternal map scroll. Other notes. While she was always interested in trying to map the ruins, she had little success until finding an ancient scroll and brush with a spirit living within it. This eternal map allows for seemingly endless updates and revisions. This is a dangerous task. Could lead to despair. So we have this awesome image. I like this sort of veil over the eyes and then covered in scrolls. Inventory, ink brushes, pencil and paper. Food, items, water and tools. Lantern, backpack, clothing, and relic, the eternal map and brush. Because we have, I can't actually figure out if that's a D or an O, so it's either dough or is that an N? Oh no. Is it written anywhere else? Because my first thought was oo, but maybe it's do, or maybe it's oon, or don. Don? I'm going with don. He is a capable wanderer, interests stories, sculpting, and traveling. Uh, Favorite meals, good veggies, and pierogi. I love good pierogi. Greatest fear, being forgotten. I feel like that's also quite a common fear, actually, which is very, I don't know, deep. Other notes, uh, his quiver holds almost all his belongings. There's nice art here. The bow. Lantern. I feel like this is done in 3D. They look very cool. So it's a very nice looking lantern, a sword, the quiver that holds all the belongings, and the day hunter's bow. Again, I like these ones with an evocative name. A little sketch here as well of them drawing the bow. So this next one is Josh. He is a capable wanderer, no bonds, interests cooking, favorite meal pizza, of course, greatest fear that the bridge collapses. Other notes, I'm still making the best pizza, don't listen to Jasper. So we have Josh here outside the pizza shop, cool headband, inventory, I think that's a brush, the cookbook, and a pizza cutter. Relic, I don't own that kind of stuff. Josh is just living for the pizza. I love it. Okay, next we have Pina. He is capable wanderer, interests exploration and knowledge. Some stew for the favorite meal, and a nice little bowl. Greatest fear, losing its best friend and heights. Sorry, I'll go with it. Uh, it has a rope tied around the waist and missing a tooth as well, but still grinning. And I like these leg wraps. Pronounce it pena. Thank you. I don't know if that the person suggesting that even knows, but these are possible pronunciations. It has a length of rope, flint and striker, a stone hand basin, and a glow ring, which we can see on the character there as well. Very nice. I guess the fear of losing his best friend is related to the rope around the belt too. Okay, good. It was the creators that I see a pena. So next one is Esther. Okay, this will be the last one, I think. Since we've been on for 2 hours. So the last one, Esther. He is a capable wanderer, bonds a spirit warden, interests researching plants of the ruins, collecting relics and offerings for his master. I feel like there's been a lot of spirit wardens, but not a lot of them are like, putting in the work for the spirit master. So it's good to see. Maybe I should do a video more on them in the future. I feel like they're quite into worshipping their masters usually. Favorite meal: Ruin Watcher Katsu. Oof. Greatest fear: failing his master. Other notes: had a previous spirit master that faded. This will not happen again. Oh, I like that. Like, gonna do everything he can to keep this current one going. We have this really nice art, cool mask, and very cool staff as well. And I like the tunic too. Inventory: notebook for research and to not forget. And fabric, thread, and needle. And a water skin and food rations. He's also holding a faded spirit mask, remnant of a faded spirit statue. Allows the user to communicate to spirits. I like that it has a history. And a spirit spear, a gift from Spirit Master. What does that say? Spear to protect sanctuary from malicious intruders, maybe. I'm sure that's what it means anyway. That's very cool. I like the design of that a lot. Okay, let me just... We're gonna wrap up there for today. I'm not sure what number I'm on at this point, to be honest. I'm sure I still have a lot to go. I almost don't want to check. I think I have around 75 left. Possibly more because I had some late comers that were sent in after it was closed too. Okay, yeah, so I'm not sure when the next one of these will be, but my guess is probably this time next week because I have quite a busy week ahead. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, everyone, and until next time.